Doors breathe wide like they know my name. The floor holds steady, the bass the same. The smoke draws crowns on amber stone. A hush reveals what I have grown. No banners raised, no trumpets blown. Just breathing time and bone on bone. In the night she smiles because I've shown you don't have to roar to claim your throne. I walked the length of crowded years, past ash and oath and cheaper cheers. I learned to trade the spark for coal, to keep the heat and save the soul. I left the race to those who ran. I kept my pulse, refined my plan. Now rooms lean in like carved in stone to hear the rain of the quiet throne. Dropped the need to win on sight. I chose the long, deliberate night. I tuned my breath to slower keys. I let my anger learn to breathe. I filed my pride until it shone. A tool not matched to flesh to bone. And in that light, the truth was known. The calmest crown is the quiet throne. Ain't no preacher sells his grace. You buy it slow, you learn your pace. You keep your word and sharpen less. You let restraint replace excess. You trust the air you're standing on. You let the storm move through and gone. When noise begs blood from skin and stone, you answer with a quiet throne. So pour one for the man who doesn't chase, whose steady eyes can clear a place. He laughs low, his proof is grown. He rules the night from a quiet throne. It hums like oak, it shines like dawn. A crown you feel though nothing's drawn. I ain't pleading fate or loan. I wear the weight of a quiet throne. The barmaid knows the weather here. She sets the glass and stills the fear. The snare ticks off, the kick says stay. The organ threads a velvet way. Men measure men in restless tones. I let their thunder pass like stones. By the time the talk has flown, they're kneeling to a quiet throne. Speak once, speak true, then let it stand. Keep warm your fire, cool your hand. Treat pride like glass, polished store. Spend less today, hold something more. Forgive, but never lose the chart. Trust patient scars, not racing hearts. A kingdom's not in steel alone. It's breath that builds a quiet throne. The man in the mirror tips his head, says, son, you found the path instead. It wasn't rage, it wasn't speed. It wasn't hunger dressed as need. It was the way you didn't push, the way you turned a riot hush. No flags, no drums, no iron groan. Just presence and a quiet throne. A murmur swells from jealous throats, a tide of sparks on cashiered notes. They bait my edge to brighter leaps. They want the fire that no one keeps. I raise one palm, a fraction slow. The storm forgets which way to go. The bass resumes, the doubt is flown, obedient to the quiet throne. Pour one for the man who reads the waves, who lets the fire remain its slave. He hums low, all battles known. He bends the dark with a quiet throne. Raise your glass to iron grace, to breathe that calms a crowded place. No roar, no blade, no overthrown, just sovereign heat and quiet throne. A single band becomes a door. A room steps through and asks for more. A ribbon reverb and baton turns noise to air and fear to bone. I set the groove where faith has grown. No hurry, just just a tempered zone, and in that hush the crown is shown, weightless, like a quiet throne. I just have learned what I'll endure. I let the chase fall off the map. I traded sprint for patient lap. I let the past keep what it owns. I kept the lesson in my bones. I left the world as sharp in tone. I took the peace of a quiet throne. Ain't no choir singing up my name, just bass and breathing gentle flame. No trumpet calls, no gilded loan, just proof that stands when night is blown. You want the key, then stand alone and learn to need no borrowed tone. When questions rise from flesh and stone, you let them bow to the quiet throne. So pour one for the ones who chose to wait, who turned down speed and walked with faith. He laughs low, the work is done. He rolls the dust with a quiet throne. No crown to weigh, no debt to own, just breathe that makes the dark a home. And when I fade, carved into stone, I love the night and a quiet throne. The samurai kings has held the crown, and watch their palaces bound down. I see small mortal light of we that hold the rim with leathern sheets, and left forgets the ones who know till bleed the fire, sauced and soul. The wind still hums through the broken blinds, a soft reminder of changing times. The glass half full, the fight half done. The war I waged, I've finally won. The smoke don't cling and drifts away, like all the debts I used to pay. In the dark she smiles, she keeps the score, but the night don't know me anymore. I chase the dawn with bloodshot eyes, trying to bury what truth implies. Each dream I lost, I called it fate. Each sin I loved, I dressed as great. I walked through storms, I begged for pain, just to feel alive again. Now the fire's out, the whiskey's poured, but the night don't hold me anymore. The jukebox hums a tired refrain, a song I played to drown the pain. The barmaid nods, she knows my face. She's seen regret in every case. The stool still creaks beneath my weight, ghost of pride, a twist of fate, but the chair don't judge, the floor don't mourn, and the night don't owe me anymore. Ain't no preacher left to save my kind, just the echo of peace I find. You can fight the dark, but it never dies, it just weighs beneath your sighs. The blues don't cure, it just forgive for every fool who still relives. I took my last, I closed that door, the night don't owe me anymore. So pour one for the man who found his peace when the noise fell down and the doubt ceased. It laughs slow, calm to the core. Yeah, the night don't know him anymore. It hums like mercy, soft and slow, a quiet truth he's come to know. He ain't seeking fight or war, 'cause the night don't know him anymore. Her photo's cracked but still looks kind. The love's long gone but not declined. I talk to her like she's still near, tell her what I couldn't clear. A smile don't fade, it just forgives, a shade that knows how silence lives. I used to bleed for what she wore. Now the night don't owe me anymore. I learned that loss ain't always pain. Sometimes it's just the end of rain. The sun still sets, the soul still mends. You learn that peace don't mean it ends. I burned my guilt, I kept the scar, a map to show me who we are. And though I've sinned, my spirit's soul. The night don't owe me anymore. The man in the mirror don't talk tonight. He just nods once under pale light. He don't accuse, he don't forgive, he just shows the way I live. He says, boy, the fight's been long, but every wrong wrote you a song. And I smile back the same as before, 'cause the night don't owe me anymore. My heart don't race like it used to do. It beats slow, quiet, clean and true. The blues still play but soft refined, like a scar that learned to stay behind. I hum along, no pain, no score, just rhythm born from what I swore. The ghost still knocks, I don't implore. The night don't know me anymore. Pour one for the man who walked away from every ghost that begged to stay. He hums low like peace reborn. Yeah, the night don't know him anymore. Raise your glass to the soul set free, who found their calm beneath the sea. No throne, no sin, no law. The night don't know him anymore. The bass walks slow, the chords ring clean, the kind of peace you've never seen. No crowd, no noise, no open door, just quiet worth fighting for. Each note I play don't echo, roar. It breathes, the night don't owe me anymore. In that silence, rich and pure. The night don't owe me. at peace with what's true. I ain't looking for some grand return, just a calm I had to earn. The dawn can come, I won't resist. I'll meet it clean, no clenched fist, no debt, no sin, no war. The night don't know more. Ain't no choir, no open gate, just the hum of fate that waits. The blues face off. The clock calls 12, the bottle breathes slow. A shadow moves where the lost men go. There's a silence deep enough to drown, and a voice inside saying, boy, don't turn around. The smoke curls like memory in a slow parade, each breath a story I never made. In the night she listens, but don't forgive. I walk through smoke in a dozen lies, the kind that dance behind tired eyes. A letter half burned, a promise half kept. I drink with the ghosts I ain't buried yet. Every truth I held turned to sand, slipping through the cracks of my callous hand. The city hums a hymn of sin and flame, still midnight knows my name. Jukebox hums a forgotten tune, it bleeds through walls like a silver wound. And every note reminds me again how easy we fall, how slow we mend. I see faces in the whiskey glass, flickers of a time I let slip past. The sound of footsteps fades the same, but midnight still whispers my name. Ain't no preacher in this town tonight, only shadows that flicker under neon light. You can pray all day, but pain still stays. It learns your voice and calls your name. It lingers soft like perfume's ache, a love you couldn't fix, a heart you break. And when the world forgets your claim, midnight remembers just the same. So pour one for the man who won't be saved, for the fighter smiling at the empty grave. He laughs low with a taste of shame. Yeah, midnight knows my name. She hums my sins in a velvet tone. Each note cut deep into the bone. I ain't seeking glory, just a flame, 'cause midnight knows my name. lipstick stains on a folded bill, a scent of danger that lingers still. Every memory costs the same, a little blood, a little blame. The bar light flickers like our eyes did once, gentle but sharp as a loaded gun. If love's a crime, I took the blame. Now midnight calls my name. I chased the wind through motel doors, found nothing but silence and slamming floors. Somewhere between mercy and pride, I learned to breathe where hope had died. The curtains whisper where she used to stand, her ghost still warm in the palm of my hand. And though I left, I stayed the same. Midnight called my name. The man in the mirror don't blink no more. He's seen it all, the lies, the war. He just smirks and says, boy, you knew this world don't heal, it just tattoos you. The ink runs deep in veins of rust, turns every promise into dust. You keep your soul but lose the game, and midnight knows your name. I used to write dreams on a torn receipt, now they fade like the dust beneath my feet. She said love's a gun with a velvet aim, now I carry her words like a scar and a flame. The wind outside plays a hollow chord, my silence louder than any word. The dark feels kind, the pain feels tame, 'cause midnight knows my name. Ain't no choir gonna call my tune, just the hum of the night and the lazy moon. No redemption, no acclaim, just the sound of midnight saying my name. It's a quiet storm, a low refrain, the kind of peace that comes. Mailbox creaks like an altar hinge, dawn writes silver on the garden fringe. Boots on gravel count to 4, breath comes easy like a settled score. I touch the gate and let it remain. There's quiet living under my name. I spent years teaching thunder to kneel, forged my calm into working steel, signed a city with a smaller pen, paid old debts and paid again. I don't need statues or a louder street, I build my echo where strangers meet, in doors held open and burdens split, in choosing repair when rage would fit. A man can vanish and still be true. I stitch my shadow to what I do, let noise go hunt for a brighter flame. I'll keep the silence under my name. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the longer guide. If history shouts like a borrowed claim, answer with hush beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I've seen loud crowns rust on cue, gold turn green by the things they do. I've watched bright parades forget the street, leave nothing but paper and hollow feet. The widow next door waters her fern, hums a hymn that refuses to burn. I fix her gate and I don't charge time. We trade two nods, both are worth a dime. Across the way a kid learns breaks, counts his courage on smaller stakes. I cheer by not becoming stage. Let room be room for a younger age. If legacy's breath and not a flame, let it be the silence under my name. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay. Let the snare brush sweep delay. If pride returns with a painted claim, let stillness sign beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I keep a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and fault lines. Thank yous I owe to forgotten rain, apologies folded without a stain. Some I'll send and some I'll sow in gardens only the patient know. I prune my anger like winter vines, leave what fruits, cut back the signs. There's a mercy in tasks that don't get seen, a hinge that won't squeal, a floor kept clean. You won't applaud it, you'll simply trust. It's how I learned to polish dust. When heaven audits the quiet game, it checks the silence under my name. Hold that four, let the strings lean low. Let piano say what words won't show. If yesterday begs to be the frame, hang it on silence, sign your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the roof through wind and rain. It turns sharp loss into useful grain. No victory speech, no point in flame. Just work and breathe beneath my name. Bring me the lights I turned down low, so others could stand in a kind of glow. Bring me the times I walked away and left room open for their say. Bring me the locks I learned oil, the tempers cooled by patient toil. If legacy's true, it's not a crown. It's chairs set close when the tires sit down. Let guitar bend like a vow kept plain. Let trumpet rest like a forgiven pain. If I'm remembered, let it remain as the space I made, and not my name. Say less, hold fast, count four, let pass. I walk past the shop with a humble glass, where watch hands learn how minutes pass. The owner nods in that language of few, everything working, working and true. A bus exhales, a school bell sings, the morning tires its ordinary strings. This is the choir I choose to lead, by keeping time for simpler need. A rumor tries to borrow my face, I give it no stage, I give it no place. Peace requires a quiet spine, a yes that's small, a faithful line. Write it in sawdust, stinking rain. I hold the silence under my name. Count to 4 with a softer hand. Let the beat arrive like land. If glory knocks in a borrowed frame, offer tea, then keep your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the tools that build my aim. It stores the grain when fields go lame. No bright parade, no gilded claim. I live in the silence under my name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It cradles love without a frame. It guards the weak without a claim. The tree holds his breath like a locked safe door. Rain scrubs footprints off the floor. Neon forgets the names it spelled. Windows keep the secrets they were told to well. Boots land soft, heartbeat slow. I pass through the night like I already know. If justice came, it came without poise. No witness, no echo, no noise. I learned to move like a rumor behaves. There for a second, then nothing but waves. A hand on a knob, not a fist on a gate. I buy my time and I sell men fate. Knuckles stay clean in a city of chalk. I ride in steps, not in talk. Shadows salute when the orders need. Law arranged on a silent street. There's a science to mercy, a price to prove. A way to fix leaks in a weathered roof. You plan like rain, you hit like dust. Leave nothing but the sand of trust. No one sees the math I use, just exits opening where I choose. If thunder has to be employed, I send it home. No witness, no noise. Count to 4 with a borrowed breath. Fold your rage, let it rest. If truth must walk, let truth avoid the crowded steps of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, erase with a choice. The city learns, no witness, no noise. A door swings once, the hinge says last. A coat collects the dust it blasts. Two men argue on a sheet of glass. By morning the argument doesn't pass. Not death, not fire, just the end of a thread. A knot undone with fear once bled. I don't chase blood, I chase the source. Turn rivers by an inch of force. This isn't vengeance, it's maintenance paid. The difference between a cut and a blade. A saint would pray, a coward flees. I count to 4 and set men free. From the dead they earn, the lies they deploy. I cancel the volume, no witness, no noise. Breathe in, let the floorboards hold. Let brass keep quiet, the snare grow old. If guilt is heavy, I'll make it a poise. Balanced by absence of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder their poise. They were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, a raise with a choice. The city learns, no witness, no noise. She meets me under a sleeping sign, eyes like a ledger crossing a line. Tell me, she whispers with silence buys. Tomorrow I answer without alibis. She touches my sleeve like a lie I can't. Finds only patience finally web. I show her a map with streets turned thin, paths I've cleared for boys to begin. She says, does mercy leave a stain? I say, not if you teach it rain. I don't stack bodies, I empty the room. I lay down outcomes that don't need a tune. When danger begs for a louder voice, I close the ledger. No witness, no noise. Hold the breath, let the hour decide. Stand where the lesser kings divide. If power's real, it never employs the brittle crutch of noise. No witness, no noise, just the law of the room. A slow-moving verdict that never blooms. If crowns need thunder to keep their poise, they were never crowns, just noise. I sign with a nod, erase with a choice. The city learns, no witness, no noise. Bring me the locks that break without sound. Bring me the dead that never was found. Bring me the blade that cuts like air, leaves no tear and leaves no tear. Bring me the rumor with missing feet. Watch it fade across this street. If justice must sing, let it hum instead. A single note in a careful head. I turn the key where the night employs a simple rule. No witness, no noise. Walk, don't swear. Fix, don't flare. Count to 4. Close the door. Arrival's grin, left fingerprints thin on the glass of a promise I kept within. I didn't answer with a televised noon. I moved the moon and let him swoon. Gave him a job that wore his pride. Let it shrink till truth could rise. Sometimes victory looks like less. A quieter street, a smaller mess. The city sleeps when the math is right. Crime gets tired of losing its sight. I never say done, I never rejoice. I breathe a just, no witness, no noise. Hush the brass, let the strings abstain. Hold the snare like a patient vein. If order needs a steady voice, it speaks as lack of noise. No. Window open to a D minor sky. Curtains slow dance with a faithful sigh. Kettle forgets to sing on time. Room holds still like a patient rhyme. I sit with nothing under my teeth and hear the place where silence learns to breathe. I used to fear the soundless floor, rush my soul through every door, fill the choir with pilot lights, Kept alarms to warm my nights, but clocks get tired of saving face, and thunder stumbles out of place. The day I put my armor down, the room exhaled without a sound. A chair said stay, the lamp said live, the sink said wash what you can't forgive. I listened soft to the air beneath, the gentle rise where silence learns to breathe. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a harsher wreath, open the door where silence learns to breathe. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. Street hums low like a kindly drum. A moth writes cursive on the sun. The calendar loses all its teeth. Every task finds gentler sheet. I pour the coffee slower now. Let steam translate a quieter vibe. A neighbor waves with a mended sleeve, says fence holds better if you leave a little room for wood to swell. I nod, my heart has learned that spell. Give distance space, give sorrow sheep. You'll hear it change when silence learns to breathe. Breathe on forward, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a frantic plea, point at the chair, sit down, just be. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. I keep a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. Some I send with softer ink, some I shelve so time can think. The mirror does a kinder job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. I set my jaw to rest, not rule. Let mercy take the sharper tool. The house remembers how I've grown, teaches me rooms I thought I owned. They own me back with quiet teeth. They choose the pace where silence learns to breathe. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for headline read, turn off the page, let silence breathe. Where silence learns to breathe. It isn't empty, it's alive. Keeps a pulse you hardly see. It helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain, I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a brighter sheath, I'll feed it bread where silence breathes. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. porch fern slow hums a hymn the old bells know. We trade a nod across the street, a treaty sealed without a sheet. No sermon, no heroic claim, just breathe that spells a truer name. The dog lies down between our feet, the day grows soft, the hour sweet. I learned to love the quiet's teeth, how gentle bites teach lungs to breathe. Hold that forward, let the rim click fade, let mercy harvest what time has made. If history calls with a restless wreath, answer with work and cleaner breath. Where silence learns to breathe, it isn't empty, it's alive. It keeps a pulse you hardly see, it helps your better names arrive. No neon crown, no crowded creed, just steady light. Where silence learns to breathe. Night puts amber on the kitchen tile, kettle takes its time a while. I close the drawer of unmailed pleas, light one lamp and rinse the keys. Ledger shuts with two small signs, carried together and left room for minds. No trumpet needs to bless this wreath, it's holy work where silence learns to breathe. I dim the house to a single line, a narrow goal that reads be kind. I guess I found the man beneath, the one who heard his silence breathe. Where silence learns to breathe.